should talk about how this is our first episode.
This is our first episode. You did it.
You did it! Do we need a Diet Coke cheers?
Cheers. Cheers. Welcome to High Five Slow Tolerance. This is our podcast and it's the first one.
This is our podcast.
Cheers.
Cheers. I am just so proud of us for doing this. I'm excited for anybody who's going to listen because my hopes and goals for this are just that people will feel like they're just in here hanging out with us.
Totally.
I want people to feel that and feel included in our dialogue.
Yeah. We want this to just be like two best friends hanging out.
Yes, and we are.
We are.
And we're going to be hanging out more.
Our hope for this podcast is that you as listeners, as viewers, as whatever, feel A, included, and B, like you can be part of the conversation. So if there's stuff you want to talk about, if you have stories you want to share, if you want advice, oh my God, girl, we love giving advice.
We love giving advice, and you might not want to take it. Should we get into it?
Let's get into it.
The focus of our conversation today is dating. The good,
the bad,
the restraining order. I am prepared to be open about my dating past. I don't know how open I will be if I am ever in a current relationship again, but I have zero problem putting on blast every experience I've had up until now.
And honestly, same. Like most people, I think anyway, have nicknames for our exes or people that we dated in the past, so I feel like it's not going to be terribly obvious. I am currently hanging out with somebody very situationshipy, and so I will be honest, but I might not be tell-all.
I think there's enough to go off of the good, the bad, and the restraining order.
Yeah.
That we don't even have to get to situationships that are currently happening.
And there is no restraining order in the current situationship. Let me just be clear.
I'm so happy for you.
I also feel good about it.
If the past has taught us anything, that's an improvement.
So the first thing I wanted to kind of talk about is the apps.
Okay.
And they're horrible.
I feel like the apps are a really great place if you want your soul to die.
I agree, especially on Raya, where nobody ever makes a first move.
Nobody makes a plan. Everybody refuses to make a plan.
Who makes the plan?
Yes.
Because I have to admit, I'm actually pretty heteronormative when it comes to the guy asks me on the first date, the guy pays, the guy makes the plan.
Yeah.
I feel the same about a second date. I think by the third date, maybe I buy the drink. I do believe in parity, but I also think that between the time and money that women are just expected to spend being, presentable or whatever it is and, conventionally attractive. And I just mean makeup and clothes. I don't even mean injections and nutrition and working out and all these things.
Waxed nails, your hair, even just the time it takes to do that.
Exactly.
Get ready before a date.
Exactly.
They want the bad bitch, but then you don't want to pay.
And I'm making 70% on the male dollar. No.
No. I am not hetero in any capacity. That shit, the guy should be paying. I don't care what anybody says. He should be paying. He is historically making more money and is more privileged in general. So if you are asking a woman out, show her that you actually value that. Because also, from what I hear, is that guys are often just trying to hook up anyways.
So wait, so when you're a woman dating a woman, how do you think about those roles?
I just naturally step into that role.
Mm-hmm.
I like to. I'm a Capricorn. I like to just move with purpose. If I like someone, I don't wait around for something to happen. So I'll usually ask her out. But this last year, I realized that I was always doing that. And I wasn't being met with anything in a reciprocal way. I felt like I was doing it, but then I wasn't getting it back.
Yeah.
So I decided to take a different approach, and I wasn't making the first date. I wasn't paying. I wasn't making any type of plan. I was letting the person come to me. And it was a fun little experiment. I will say, like, it felt kind of nice, but I am naturally somebody who likes to make the plan. So I don't mind. If somebody asks me out, they are paying.
Yeah.
After the first date, I think, like, who maybe is more dominant
Yeah.
or assertive.
Yeah.
And who might be more comfortable doing that. Like, some women just aren't.
Yeah, and I think that's fine. Here's something that was tacky. So I had two friends and a girlfriend of mine and a guy friend of mine was like, oh, you know, she's cute, she's single, da, da, da. And I was like, yeah. So I set them up on a date. He picked the place. I was like, great start. She was a woman who would kind of like reach for her wallet and maybe even pay on a first date, which, like, again, to each their own. I thought that was bullshit. And so they went on a date. He asked her out. He set the time. He picked the restaurant. He picked all the foods. He's like, I've been here before. I like this, this, and this, and this. And then that man wanted to split the bill at the end.
No. Why? I feel like I like to pay.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. If I, like, take someone out and, like, I don't know, like, I want to, like, I like to pay, have it be taken care of. It's, like, not even a thought.
Yeah.
Like, that feels good when somebody does it for you. Why wouldn't I want to do that for somebody else I'm interested in? Like, are you interested in me or not? Like, this is so, like, small, like, base level.
I think that's the thing. It's not even about the money, right? Like,
No.
It could be I'm paying for your coffees or I'm paying for your dinner at French Laundry. Like, whatever it is, it's not the money.
Yes.
And I do mean this. If there was some reason that I had some fondness for even, like, McDonald's, which I do not, but if I did and it was like, oh, something cute about McDonald's, let's go here, I might be like, okay, then where are we going for real dinner? But also, thank you, you were paying attention, this is cute.
Yes, it's just about, like, I don't know, starting off on the right foot.
Yeah. I
don't understand, but that is like a what's the word I need? It's everywhere. Everywhere.
Pervasive.
It is pervasive within this city.
Yeah.
Anyone I talk to.
Yeah.
That this, like, splitting the bill thing, or, like, oh my God, one of my coworkers was talking and she went on a date with this guy, and as soon as they sat down, he was like, oh, well, I gotta tell you, the reason I picked this place is because I go on so many dates and none of these women want to go on a second date.
No.
Dating is getting really expensive for me. So I picked this place because they have a buy one, get one on spaghetti.
Stop it.
And she goes, I don't want fucking spaghetti. And their food came, and, like, she ended up, like giving it to him, like, you know, whatever, threw 20 down. She's like, you need this more than I do. She couldn't even stay. Can you imagine?
No.
So I hear her when she's talking to her clients and she calls them spaghetti special, and I just fucking love it. But that is, like, it's literally everywhere. And, like, hello, this is how you are starting off a first date.
Yeah.
Complaining about how no one wants to see you again, and that you're too cheap to pay for someone's meal, so you have to go somewhere hoping she gets the fucking spaghetti. I think he messaged her the next day and was like, I'm sorry if I, like, upset you or whatever, because she, like, read it to him. Like, she was done, and she, like, got up and left. And she was like, no, you didn't upset me. Like, I'm not upset. You just wasted my time.
Yeah.
Like, that's an hour and a half of her life. Well, I don't know how long, you know. She got ready. She went to go meet this person that she'll never get back. Like, I'm sorry. No, why are you wasting my time? And then you're going to sit here and complain.
That is some wild, wild stuff.
Yeah.
And I think better that he didn't spend that spaghetti money on dates and maybe just, I don't know, like, read a self-help book or just meditate. That's free. That's the other thing. Like, you don't always have to be dating. Like, I've been taking a break from dating.
Yes.
I love it.
Yes.
I think, you know, and even before I sort of got myself wrapped up into said situationship, I was not dating. I was not going on dates. I was not I was gonna say I'm just not flirting. I'm always flirting a little bit, but
Oh my God, you're so flirty.
but I'm like platonically flirty too. It's just my personality. You know
No, I love it. I love
No, I'm platonically flirty too. You know how when you'll say that you like somebody will see a baby and they'll be like, "Oh my God, that baby is such a flirt."
Yes.
I'm a flirty baby.
You are. You're a flirty baby. Jade prefers the company of older, more mature men. I will say, since I moved to LA and started dating, I was in a relationship when I first moved here, and that ended. I decided to take a year off from dating. I was just like, I'm in a new city. I want to get my bearings. I want to get comfortable living in LA. I've never like purposely not dated. So that was really healthy for me. And then when I decided to again, I felt like I was ready. I love love. I'm a total lover girl. Like I love having that connection. I love a romantic connection. I love the sexual connection. I love all of it. Now I'm currently back in a place where I am not actively dating. I saw another girl for about like 3 months. That was like, we were like exclusive. I broke up with her on Christmas Eve. I just couldn't.
It's a Christmas miracle.
It
for
was
both of you, honestly.
Yes. I will say it's gotten so much easier for me to break up with people.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I have gotten really good at it. Like, I will call it.
As you should.
Yes.
Because I think there is a lot of ego involved in saying, oh, I don't know, I'm going to give him a chance, because ultimately, when you say that, you're also saying, I'm so great, and if I end things with them, they won't be okay because look how great I am.
Yeah.
Whether that's actually what you're explicitly thinking or just sort of what it's implying, there is that aspect of it too.
Yeah. What about when they say I love you and they don't know you?
I can't do that.
Okay, so the girl that I broke up with on Christmas Eve, she took me to the airport mid-December. I was going on a work trip. She was going to be leaving in the middle of that work trip to go visit her family. So we weren't going to see each other till like after New Year's. And it had been the slowest slow burn of my life.
I remember.
Yes. I was already done with dating. I was like, she was one of the last people. You know how Hinge will keep open your conversations, but like you won't connect with people anymore?
Yeah.
She was that person. Like we're talking, but I was like, I don't want to meet anybody new. Yeah. And she was like really cute. Like on paper, it seemed like good enough to explore. She was nice. The bar is so low. She was a nice person. So I decided to keep talking to her. And outside of that, I really don't know why I continued to like keep going, because we would have like a good conversation and then it was just like nothing, like boring. And then she also, you know, the type of person, have you ever been around them where they just have been to too much therapy?
Yes.
But like it doesn't work.
Yes.
It's not like they are healed, but they're like doing all this work, and it's like the therapy and the inner and
girl, I live on the west side of LA. I meet those people all day, every day.
There's a fine line for me where self-work and like healing, like that is so important to me. And it initially drew me to her because I love that.
Yeah.
Work on yourself, do that inner healing, but like also, does it work for you?
Are you actually healing?
Yes.
Or
is it just sound bites?
Right.
Or is it limiting you?
Yeah.
Because there's this line where all of that, if you cross that line, it's just selfish and it's just narcissistic behavior, because it always focuses it on you and you're not ever thinking about any person other than yourself. And that was her. Yeah. Nice person, but so selfish in her therapy journey.
I had a friend who is a therapist who, I mean, this is over a decade ago, but there came a time where I sat down with her one day and said, hey, I noticed that when we get together, you don't ask how I am. You know, and that's like, I mean, how are you is such a throwaway question, right?
Yes.
It's just polite. It doesn't, you know. And she said, well, you know, and this is a person I considered a close friend. She said, well, you know, I'm a therapist, so I ask people every day how they are and what's going on with them. And so I don't like to pry into what's going on with people unless they offer it and volunteer it to me. And I said, first of all, I'm not your client. Second of all, it's just a courteous thing to say. And she said, you know what? Guilt is a useless emotion, and therefore I'm not going to engage with this.
Oh. She really said, fuck you.
She really said, fuck you.
I don't care about your feelings. I don't care about you. And I will not be asking. What a bitch. You're not friends with her anymore.
No, this is not a person you've met.
That ended the friendship.
That ended the friendship.
I'm so glad.
Guilt's a useless emotion, so I'm not going to apologize. You're like, what the fuck?
It's the craziest thing I've ever heard.
It's the craziest. It's just like, be an adult. I think that's the other thing about conflict. I love conflict.
I do too. I love the other word. Confrontation.
Yes.
I like confrontation.
Yeah.
I like lean in.
Conflict doesn't mean unhealthy conflict.
No, neither one of those words need to have a negative connotation at all. I mean them in the most positive way.
Totally.
Like, that's where the good stuff is.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Should I tell you more about the girl who said she loved me and I didn't love her? I still don't love her. Oh, that's mean.
This is a little bit of this because we sound horrible.
No, actually, it's okay if it sounds mean. It's honest. It's who I am and how I talk about things. But, like, it doesn't take away from the fact that, like, she's a nice, good person.
That's true.
I think I believe that. I don't know her well enough to believe it
Yeah.
fully. But this girl said she loved me. Therapy girl who always about, like, all the things. Like, she never got to know who I really am. She knew, like, who I am at a surface level, like, who my friends are, the things I like to do, but, like, the, you know, what's underneath all of that, and, like, really getting to know a person, like, we never even had that chance. And I've had it happen much sooner, and, you know, later, but, like, it's happening. It's, like, It's moving in that direction. It never did that with her. And anyways, I was going out of town. She was going to go out of town. And she's at the airport and she gives me this embrace. And I'm like, have a good trip, you know, like when you leave. She's like, you too. We're in this embrace. And she goes, I love you. So we're in this embrace. And I just didn't say anything. And I was like, fuck. And I was like, okay, I'm going to go. Like, what do you do? What do you do when somebody says, I love you? And you are not ready to say it back. But then in that moment, I realized I will never be ready to say that back. Also, girl, how do you love me? You don't love me? You don't love me. What are you grabbing onto? And what do you see that makes you think you love me? You don't even know me.
I fully believe that she did love you.
Really?
I think there are different kinds of love. I don't mean that to hedge. I do mean that there can be the infatuation love. There can be like the true love that builds over time. There can be friend, all of these things.
Yeah.
I do think that she, you know what? Let me put this differently. She believed she loved you.
Yes.
And she believed that she loved you, and she was in love. Like, I think that she was in love with the person that she had built you to be in her mind. But that was not the full you, which is actually probably even better than the one that she had in her mind. But just like she didn't have the depth of knowledge to love you.
I know. It's just such a crazy thing to say.
Oh, totally.
Like, I, on the outside, would love me too.
Yeah.
But, like, you're going to tell me you love me like you love me? Like, girl, no. But anyways, I broke it off. It was just very bizarre.
Do you remember the guy that I dated that didn't like me to call anybody love or babe or anybody?
Yes.
Anything?
Yes.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a mutual love bomb situation, but he was really good at giving presents, so that was nice.
Yes, he gave you such good gifts.
Really good presents.
Yes.
Especially some DS and Durga Gâteau blackout that I still wear, and I love it so much.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
And way too many chocolates, but
He showered you with presents.
Showered.
Flowers.
Flowers.
Jewelry.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Fragrances.
Yeah. Great gift giver.
Meals.
Lots and lots of meals.
Yeah.
Was not happy when I called anybody babe, love,
yes,
Levy, honeybee. I say these things to people I know. It's how I talk.
Everywhere.
It's how I talk. And like,
the insecurity.
He pulled me aside one night after I said, oh, we were at a restaurant in my neighborhood, and one of the guys working was like, oh, thanks, babe. Or, oh, what did I say? I said, oh, thank you, my love. Do you think that anybody in that entire restaurant thought, I am in love with you, sir?
Okay. No, nobody thought that. Nobody thought that.
Nobody thought that I was in this restaurant calling over to a man I had never seen before, saying, I'm desperately in love with you, in front of my boyfriend. Nobody thought that.
No one thought that.
But this man, we got back
to
my
thought
house.
That.
He thought pulled me aside and he said, hey, I'm all about respect. And I said, yeah, me too. And he goes, don't.
So glad to hear it.
He goes, don't ever call anybody my love in front of me.
Oh,
and I said, what? And then we had a conversation and, oh, hi.
Oh. What do you think? You hated him, right? Yes, I know. This is Miss Cricket, and she is also a star. Yeah, I think that situation was just like, for so many other things too, like that was just like his own insecurities like coming out on you. But like, hello, you are like the most social, bubbly, peppy girl out and about in the town. Like, what the hell is he thinking? Like, why would he say that to you? Like, had he ever met you? Hello?
That's what she thinks.
I recently just got back on Instagram. Like, I didn't like deactivate or anything like that, but I took a break because my life was in shambles. And I wasn't feeling like posting.
Yeah.
But I feel like I'm back. I'm making baby steps back. This podcast is helping me do that, like having something creatively that I'm excited about. And I think for me, Instagram, like I like sharing personal details, but it's also like I use it as a tool for my business and my brand.
So I use Instagram mostly to get validation for my outfits of the day. I'm gonna be honest.
I love that. I love that. No, I like to post when I feel cute.
Yeah.
And I like to post when I feel good. So I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But I was thinking about like when we were going to talk about this, like how many people feel this pressure to, and like I know this is a conversation that's been had like a million times, but like people who feel pressured based on what they see others posting on social media.
Yeah.
So like obviously it is through a filter. It is through a lens that you are able to filter, edit, make it look however you like.
And not post if you don't want to.
Yes. We were not made to consume this much at the speed of which we do, like with TikTok and Instagram. Like we weren't meant to like be able to program that type of stuff constantly.
How do you think about it with your daughter?
I feel like, of course, it opens up this area where it's completely unknown and you have to hope and monitor as best you can that it's safe for them.
Yeah.
I feel good about her specifically and how she consumes it. We send each other TikToks and it's all just really funny stuff. It's like memes and jokes and funny things. But of course she has seen negative things on there. She couldn't not unless I told her she couldn't have social media. But I don't think that's
realistic.
Fair. It's not realistic and I don't think that's fair. Yeah. It's so integrated into like our like daily life. It's scary.
I don't want to discount that because I don't have kids, but also we were in AOL chat rooms.
Yes.
And
oh my God, that shit was crazy.
Crazy.
Grown men.
Yeah, like
Ew.
ASL. As long as people have been around, as long as the internet has been around, as long as these tools have been around, down, there has been, what is it? There's like a rule for porn where it's like if somebody has thought of it, somebody's made porn about it.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, there have always been ways for people to be creepy and obscene.
Yeah.
And, you know, I mean, God, what we got up to in those chat rooms with, like, God knows who.
Oh my gosh. That's so gross.
It's so really, gross.
It's so gross, and I am dismayed.
Yeah, and I mean, our parents they just didn't know.
Mm-mm.
And it wasn't even like we were hiding from them. It just was so unknown what chat rooms could be, what the internet was. Like, you know, all my parents, although I will say, okay, so, okay, so I have never told this story before. So I had Hotmail. Yeah. Because we had Hotmail back then, right? And I think I accidentally typed in more than one L, or maybe instead of .com, it filled in .net. I don't remember, but I mistyped hotmail.com, and it went to a porn site, and I had never seen this before, like never, and it was kind of like everything loaded slowly back then, right? So maybe hear the sound before you'd see the picture. So I'm on like this, you know, erroneous hotmail.com. My dad, because we had a computer room, because back then you had a computer room.
Yes.
And my dad walks in the computer room and he looks at the screen and he goes, "Are you a lesbian, honey?" Like, what did you say? I was like, oh, trying to close it. You know, you can't close the windows. Yeah, you can't.
Wait, that's so funny. That for sure is the only time somebody ever asked you that.
Oh my God, I wish I were a lesbian.
Unfortunately,
you
are the straightest person I know.
It's wild. Are you a lesbian, honey? And to his credit, no judgment.
I love that. I know, that is very sweet how he said that.
Yeah.
If it would have been coming from my mother, it would not have sounded sweet. I can tell you that. She would have never asked that question, though. Anything but that.
Yeah. And we never talked about it.
Yeah.
And that's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine.
How do you feel about, like, when people say that, like, you're only posting your highlight reel and not, like, the other stuff? Like,
nobody wants to see the, like, ugly brown food I made for myself for dinner.
No.
Like, nobody wants to see that. I don't want to see it from somebody else, but I do want to see the beautiful salad they made or whatever.
Yes.
But, like,
girl.
Let's get off. Let's get off.
We love you.
Good job.
I want to be vulnerable, but I will say, I think it's because I'm a Capricorn.
Mm.
Basically, I will never cry on social media. And I don't like when I see somebody crying on social media. I don't like knowing that, like, you're crying and then you're like, and you start crying.
I agree. I've had moments where I get why people do that.
Yeah.
But I can't do it.
I can't do it.
And
I don't like to see it. I'm sorry, I don't.
Sometimes it feels contrived, but also, on the other hand, if and when it is and or feels sincere and authentic, I'm kind of like, wow, good for you for being able to be so vulnerable to so many strangers.
Yeah.
Couldn't be me. And I say that with, like, literally no judgment, but couldn't be me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I care what everybody thinks all the time, and I need to stop that too.
You do.
I know.
Gross.
I know.
I didn't know that.
Kinda.
Oh. Stop.
Better, it's better.
Will you tell?
No.
Okay.
We can leave it at this.
Okay.
If you are a grown woman with a successful career,
yes,
that is fulfilling, why would you put so much energy into hating somebody else?
My ex-landlord hates me. And I too hate her. But, like, the way she hates me is perplexing and also just, like, kind of funny. But I feel like she just obviously has a lot of rage. But, like, she really wants me to know how much rage she has towards me.
It's not good for you. I mean, I think that's the other thing.
Yeah.
is I'm a Scorpio.
Yeah.
I can hold a grudge.
Ooh.
Forever. I also know that it isn't good for me to carry, it's not good for anybody to carry all of that shit around.
Yeah.
Which doesn't mean that I don't. I carry less and I'm working hard on not carrying any.
Yes.
Because it's just like, what? Like, oh, I'm going to have a heart attack because you piss me off? Like, that doesn't make sense.
Right. I take a lot of joy in the things that I hate. So, like, when someone hates me or I hate something, it actually sparks joy for me.
Okay, here she is. Okay, we have a dog now.
I feel like we should stop.
I think we should stop.
I feel like we're at a stopping point.
We kind of hit it.
We hit it.
Yeah.
And it's okay. Okay.
Oh my God, should we go get a drink?
Yes. Should we cut your hair?
Yes.
Let's cut your hair. Do you have wine?
No. Should I go get a wine?
Maybe?
Yeah. Or
With Cricket?
with Cricket, grab a bottle of wine.
Let's do that.
Let's
and
do
then I'll
that.
cut your hair. Okay.
Oh my God.